Welcome to the Bare Metals Cyber Security Plus podcast. This series helps you prepare for the CompTIA Security Plus exam with focused explanations and practical context. For a companion study guide, check out the Achieve CompTIA Security Plus 701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. It is the most concise and complete Security Plus guide on the market, built for busy professionals who want to pass the exam fast and on their first try. You can find this book and others at cyberauthor.me. In this episode, we are focusing on two high-impact areas of vulnerability: supply chain weaknesses and cryptographic implementation flaws. These issues are often beyond the reach of basic endpoint defenses and can impact entire organizations even when they follow strong internal security practices. Understanding how these vulnerabilities emerge and how to mitigate them is essential for securing modern digital environments. Let's begin with supply chain vulnerabilities. The supply chain in cybersecurity refers to the ecosystem of third-party providers that support an organization. These include service providers, hardware manufacturers, software developers, cloud vendors, and even logistics partners. When one link in this chain is compromised, it can create a path for attackers to reach otherwise well-defended systems. Supply chain risks come in several forms. Attackers may compromise a software update from a trusted vendor, inject malicious code into a hardware component during manufacturing, or target a managed service provider that has access to multiple clients' networks. Because organizations typically trust their suppliers, malicious activity that originates in the supply chain may go undetected for extended periods. One of the most well-known supply chain incidents occurred when attackers compromised a software company's build environment. They inserted malicious code into a routine update, which was then digitally signed and distributed to thousands of customers. Once installed, the update created backdoors into sensitive networks around the world, including government agencies and Fortune 500 companies. This case highlights why supply chain attacks are so dangerous. The attackers leveraged a trusted source, bypassed perimeter defenses, and gained access without raising alarms. The breach required months of forensic investigation and affected organizations far beyond the initial point of compromise. To mitigate supply chain risks, organizations should conduct thorough vetting of all third-party vendors. This includes reviewing their security policies, incident response capabilities, and software development practices. Contracts should require adherence to security standards and include provisions for reporting and responding to breaches. Network segmentation and access controls can also help reduce the impact of a supply chain compromise. For example, a vendor account should never have unrestricted access to sensitive systems. Activity from vendor accounts should be logged and monitored continuously. Where possible, use zero-trust principles and require multi-factor authentication for any external connection. Organizations should also implement software integrity verification, such as checking digital signatures on updates, and consider using software composition analysis tools to identify dependencies and potential weaknesses in third-party code. Now let's turn to cryptographic vulnerabilities. Cryptography is the foundation of modern cybersecurity, enabling secure communication, data integrity, and authentication. But when cryptographic algorithms are implemented incorrectly, or when outdated algorithms are still in use, these protections can fail completely. Weak cryptographic implementations can occur due to poor programming practices, insecure key generation, insufficient key lengths, or misuse of algorithms. For example, developers might hard-code encryption keys into applications, use predictable random number generators, or fail to use proper initialization vectors. These errors make it easier for attackers to break encryption and recover the original data. A widely cited cryptographic failure involved the use of MD5 and SHA-1 hashing algorithms that were once widely used but are now considered broken. These algorithms are vulnerable to collision attacks where two different inputs produce the same hash. This weakness has been used to forge digital certificates and bypass data integrity checks. Another case involved a web service that used weak key lengths in its secure sockets layer implementation. Attackers exploited this flaw to downgrade the encryption and intercept sensitive customer data during transmission. Although the company used encryption, The vulnerability stemmed from the choice of outdated algorithms and misconfigured settings. To avoid these problems, organizations should follow cryptographic best practices. This includes using well-established and peer-reviewed algorithms such as Advanced Encryption Standard and Secure Hash Algorithm 256. Keys should be generated using secure methods and stored in hardware security modules or trusted platform modules. Cryptographic protocols like transport layer security should be configured with strong cipher suites, and outdated versions such as SSL version 2 or SSL version 3 should be disabled entirely. Regular audits and penetration tests can help identify weak implementations, and developers should be trained to use cryptographic libraries properly rather than building custom solutions. Certificate management is another area where cryptographic weaknesses can arise. Expired, misconfigured, or self-signed certificates can break trust chains and expose data. Organizations should automate certificate renewals, monitor for weak configurations, and ensure that certificate authorities are properly validated. As you prepare for the Security Plus exam, remember that both supply chain vulnerabilities and cryptographic flaws are systemic in nature. They can affect even well-secured environments if external dependencies are not carefully managed or if encryption is not implemented correctly. You may be asked to evaluate a scenario where a trusted update is compromised or where encrypted traffic is intercepted, and identify the root cause. Be ready to distinguish between policy failures, configuration errors, and technical flaws in algorithm design. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cybersecurity Plus podcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com. And before you take the test, make sure to check out the practice questions in the book Achieve CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. They cover every domain and are a powerful way to lock in your knowledge.